Hello everyone, this is Limpy welcoming you to another free MMORPG weekly news update for the week ending February 8th, 2013. First up, we have news from Allods Online, the free MMORPG from G-Potato. The news is that players can expect an all-new massive expansion, Lords of Destiny, to arrive on March 12, 2013. Players in the North American and European regions can expect to have access to what is being called the biggest endgame expansion to date. The game will also receive 8 all-new Astral Allods, each with its very own 6-man dungeon, and each dungeon featuring mini-bosses and a final boss to keep players challenged at the highest levels of the game. Apart from the addition of these Astral Allods and dungeons, many all-new world zones will be added to the game as well. These new areas of adventure will help players progress through to the new level cap of 55. All in preparation for the all-new raid Tep's Pyramid. For those players looking for more PvP action, they will be excited to hear about the all-new Dominion War that arrives with this expansion. Up next, we've got news from Neverwinter, the free-to-play MMORPG from Perfect World Entertainment, and it has been announced, and as most of you know, that closed beta has started and begun on Friday, February 8th, 2013. Now, of course, it is closed beta, so not everyone is invited, but there are 3 separate Founders Packs available for players who do wish to jump into the game. Now, this action title will be open with 3 different classes to start: the Cleric, the Fighter, and the Thief, and players will be able to choose from one of many different races to play each of those individual classes. This title has been long awaited by many, and look forward to many players to jump in using those Founders Pack all weekend. I will also be streaming the game during this weekend, this first beta weekend on February 9th, so you guys want to come and check out the game live, you can come out and check my live stream tomorrow, Saturday, February 9th, on Twitch TV at twitch.tv/MMODen. Another week and another update and news from MechWarrior Online, the free shooter from Piranha Games. This week, the mech shooter has introduced another update and patch. This time around, the game has added the all-new hero mech, Pretty Baby. As part of the update, players will also now find that new features have been added to all matches. Players will now have access to the all-new pre-round screening, an update to the in-game scoreboard, the long-awaited death screen, and the new end-of-round screen have all been added with this update. On the aesthetics side of things, the Camo Spec Phase 2 has arrived, as well as many new patterns and several all-new cockpit items. The news has also finally arrived from Tera Online, the free MMORPG, or the now free MMORPG from Gameforge. This week, the game finally made the full transition to free-to-play. The free-to-play service began on February 5th. Players who have been patiently waiting for the game to enter the free realm can download the game now. Access for free players includes all content, all levels of the game, and all character options with 0 restrictions. The game has made a point that they will not charge for content, and that only convenience and cosmetic items will be available in the game's cash shop. We continue with news from Digimon Masters Online, the free MMORPG from JoyMex. On February 5th, 2 all-new Digimon have been added to the game world. The Aika, a massive beast that will gain a new claw for each step of progression it gains. And once fully evolved, it will be a powerful beast ready to do battle with its all-natural weapons. Also added with this update is the all-new Black Saint Galgamon. This machine-type Digimon will enter battle with a barrage of missiles fired from its chest. When ready to deal heavy damage, it will fire all weapons at once using its burst shot skill. These 2 new Digimon are now available in-game and ready for only the most powerful Digimon Masters. Now also from JoyMax, we have news from Night Age, the free MMORPG from the company. Friday, February 8th, the company announced an all-new content update. It is time for players to head to the beautiful coastal destination of the Grey Shores of Oblivion. Players can now sail down to the shores and take on the challenges of the all-new dungeon, Helfer's Lair. Running now through March 5th, one can take part in the Helfer Challenge. This all-new quest chain meant for the highest level players is known as Help Seal Helfer. Expect the final battle to be the most dangerous ever, but the rewards will be equally outstanding. Players who are brave enough to seal Helper away will be entered into a drawing that will take place on March 12th and reward 20 lucky winners with an all-new boss Pupa Mongoose and a 30-day water vial to help speed your newest Pupa's progress. Moving along, we have news from Divin, the free browser-based MMORPG from Hunted Cow. February 4th, the company announced that the game, which has been several years in development, will enter closed beta in March of 2013. Players looking for no download will find this game right up their alley, as the game requires only a browser to play and will be supported through Java, allowing play on all major browsers. Those who are ready for adventure will find a world filled with over 600 quests, a massive storyline. Player characters will have access to over 100 abilities, 200 talents, hundreds of items, and 14 different professions. PvE won't be the only content in the game, as PvP will play a huge part in the game world, with 5v5 battlegrounds and massive free-for-all matches ready to challenge any and all takers. Next on our list, we have news from Fiesta Online, the free MMORPG now from Gamigo. Yes, you heard that right, Gamigo, not Outspark. Today, February 8th, it was announced that Gamigo has acquired the North American license to Fiesta Online and will take over service immediately. No loss in character or account data is expected, and players will find that the game will see many more updates and additions in the future, as Gamigo has already pledged to increase the team and focus that is currently being placed on Fiesta Online. Now, as we continue, we have news from District 187, the free shooter from CJ Games Global. February 6th, the company announced that it has released the largest content update yet for the game, Winter of Wars. The latest update to the game adds many all-new maps for players to battle on, adds 10 all-new weapons to the game, including the game's first permanent weapon. Along with the aforementioned additions, all-new customization options have arrived with the all-new icon system and many new costumes and items that allow players to mold their character into what they would most like them to look like. Also, an all-new achievement system has been introduced that gives players a chance to unlock special titles and earn exclusive costumes. Next up is news from Remnant Knights, the free MMORPG from Game Samba. On February 7th, Game Samba announced that the game will now be available through the cloud via cloud gaming service Kaleido. The new service will allow players to much more easily jump in and play the game on a much more casual level. This latest update also introduces several new features and additional content to the game. All the above is part of a new rebranding strategy for the game, which is meant to put a higher focus on the game's social aspects and the rivalry between the game's two schools. Keeping with the update news, we have news from Raiders, the free MMORPG from Gameforge, and announced that players can expect the game's first major content update in February. Details for this update include the addition of a new zone, new dungeon, PvP arena, and the level cap increased to 40. The new zone of Cohen Marsh will be home to the new dungeon Temple of Renas. Both the new zone and dungeon will be filled with monsters of the usual massive scale for players to challenge. Of course, with the increase in level cap, players can also expect all new weapons and armor to accompany that increase. The PvP arena will be for battles of the 1v1 or 3v3 variety and test the skills of all players against their fellow adventurers. And now on to some racing news from Auto Club Revolution, the free racing game. On February 8th, 2013, the game reached into the realm of the real world of racing and brings players a racetrack that normally sees 340 days of racing action every year. Sonoma Raceway is one of the busiest tracks in the world, and it is about to get raced on 365 days a year, now that it has migrated to the virtual world. This 12-turn road course is set in the California sun, and players can now test their driving skills on this legendary track. Moving on to our next bit of news from Aika, the free MMORPG now from Red Banner. The game has officially moved onto Red Banner's T3 Fun portal and joins games like Mythos Global and the recently acquired Granado Espada. Aika features massive PvP battles, a prawn-daughter system, 6 playable classes, a massive game world filled with more than 1,000 quests, and much more. To celebrate the move, several special events will be running. The Call for New Players, which will give those creating a new account a special jump ticket that will allow them to jump right to level 71 and be outfitted with level 65 gear. The second event will have players killing enemies en masse to try and collect the letters CLEAR or clear. Those who collect these letters will be able to turn them in for a special treasure trove filled with riches. In coming soon news, we have information from Scarlet Blade, the free MMORPG from Aria Games. Players can expect a wide range of PvP options in the female-focused MMORPG. The ladies of Scarlet Blade are not only sexy and beautiful, but highly skilled and very deadly. As the game recently concluded its very successful alpha test, players can expect closed beta to arrive very soon. Gamers who are following this title will be happy to know that many PvP modes are set to arrive with launch, and many are arriving with the next content update. The game will feature open world PvP, with some boss battles set in the open world PvP zones where players will not only battle the boss, but each other. We can also expect a 6v6 battle arena and 2 large-scale battlefields for 30v30 or 60v60 combat. A full PvP currency system will be available as well, so those players who prove themselves on the PvP battlefield will be rewarded with powerful gear. Next up, we have news from World of Tanks, the free shooter tank simulator from wargaming.net. And on February 7, 2013, it was announced that Update 8.4 is on the horizon, and that players can expect to see a slew of new vehicles in this update. Both the British and Soviet tech trees will see the addition of all-new tank destroyers, and the German tech tree will see the introduction of 3 all-new light tanks. Also in this update, the Steppes, Fisherman's Bay, Insk, and Live Oaks will each have a visual and rendering makeover. For those players who are new to the game, they will log in for the first time and find an all-new tutorial waiting for them. This tutorial is meant to give new players a solid foothold of tank controls, shooting mechanics, and the basics of combat tactics. Now we have some beta test news from Legends of Edda, the free MMORPG from Games Campus. Players who are patiently chomping at the bit to get back into the Edda world will be happy to know that next week on February 14th, their love affair with Legend of Edda can begin once more. Now this will be the next run of closed beta testing, so not everyone will be invited. But you can't get invited if you don't register. The game recently launched an all-new website, and many changes are coming to the game just from the first to second closed beta test. Some of the changes that players can expect to see will be the revision of all the class stats and skills, changes in quests, and some monster killing rewards. All these are meant to give the game better overall balance. Players will also see that the item identification system has been reintroduced, and the upgrading system has been given an overhaul as well. So register today for your chance to get into this upcoming beta test. The last bit of news today on our list is from Ragnarok Online, the free MMORPG from Gravity Interactive. This announcement came on February 5th, 2013, allowing ninjas of level 99 with a job level of 70 to progress to their second class. For males, they'll be able to progress the much more powerful Kaguru class, and the females will be able to enhance the power of their ninja in the form of the Oboro class. These classes are far stronger than the ninja class, and players can expect a wide range of skills that are meant to complement your current ninja build, whether it be magic or hand-to-hand combat in nature. Now that's all for this week, but for more info on all of these titles, head on over to MMODen.com. Also, don't forget to come check out my live streaming on Twitch TV at twitch.tv/MMODen and earn a chance each day to win one of our 3 weekly prizes given out each and every Monday. For now, this is Limpy for MMODen. Until next time, thanks for watching.